Greetings, flesh creatures. It is I, Megatron. On behalf of TFYLP, I want to congratulate you for listening to the most refined collective podcast on this miserable little planet Earth. Yes. Here you'll find knowledgeable fans discussing every aspect of Transformers and beyond. Now, enjoy the show while I continue my path to complete conquest of all of you miserable biological entities. Predacons, terrorize!
Hello, welcome to TFYLP episode, what are we tonight, 457, I believe. So there you go, right? Should be more prepared. Anyway,
was
I'm
that
Lucas.
A walking impression? Hello, and welcome to TFYLP.
That's right. We are live November 22nd. I'm Lucas. I'm joined by Peter.
Forever Destron.
I'm joined by Rick.
Forever Destron. That's my saying now. I say that now.
That's perfect. And then Nick will be joining us here in a minute. So, yeah, he just got in. So yeah. So, Rick, are you pining for an ouch my wallet?
No, these are things I got in that I just haven't, I got them. I spent a lot of money on them. I opened the box, looked at them, and then I put the box down and I put a bunch of trash boxes on top of it. And now I'm going through the trash boxes and I'm like, oh yeah, I have these.
I've been there. It's a fun experience. Like, oh, yes. I spent money here. Neat.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, these are pretty.
Oh, great. You cut out there a little bit. So hopefully Rick's internet's been a little bit iffy. So we'll see how things go tonight, But not that my internet is always fantastic either, so,
I honestly don't know. I restarted my computer. I said positive, affirmative things to it. I don't know. I got no problems with my Wi-Fi.
You just need Peter to come and check out your server room. And
if only.
I worked over the weekend and into today, and I'm so tired of. Hey, the phones are acting weird. No, that's not me. I'm good.
Man, you guys are really cutting out again.
This is great.
Should I try my phone?
Whatever you want to try. We can try some experiments. Apparently, we have a request
if I take my shirt off, you think that'll fix it?
No.
Yes.
It absolutely won't. We got a request to discuss Ghostbusters Afterlife tonight.
No spoilers.
I haven't seen it yet. Well, I haven't seen it either. So if none of us have seen it, then it's okay. So
yeah, I'm not even gonna go in the chat because now I feel like people are gonna be like, spoilers. Here's some spoilers for you, friend.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I've gotten everything in life spoiled, like over the years, like between social media or just friends and whatever. It's like I had a friend that spoiled like every Game of Thrones plot line, except for at the ending, which I kind of wish had been spoiled, but whatever. Anyway, so tonight we are actually discussing about the Transformers movie, and apparently it's delayed until like, I don't know, 2025 or something. Is that right? I don't know.
Pushed a year. Officially, currently pushed a year. We'll see how far they push it out.
Yeah. No, it's actually 2023. I think is it pushed to the summer of 2023? Is that right?
I think so, yeah.
So.
I think we've lost Rick completely. Is he there?
No, Rick's there. I think he's here.
Okay. You're moving? He's moving.
I'm trying to get this to work on my phone now.
Oh.
This is the whole process I got to go through. Like Homeland Security is involved.
Well, there you go.
So I thought we should talk about the movie tonight, because this is the first time that a Transformers movie has been delayed. Usually they're pushed up a day or two. So let's think about this in terms of G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe 2, The Re-Rise of Cobra. 2 weeks before it came out, they said, hey, you know what's coming out the same weekend? Amazing Spider-Man. You know what movie shouldn't come out against Amazing Spider-Man? G.I. Joe 2. Even though it's got The Rock in it, we should push it back. So we pushed it back a year. Okay.
You pushed the movie back a year.
Yeah, we pushed the movie back a year. So this was during my tenure at Hasbro. So they pushed the movie back a year, 2 weeks before it comes out. What happens when a studio moves a movie back, but you have all this merchandise that's already shipped and street dated and waiting to go on shelves?
So I totally forgot. I didn't realize that they pushed it back that late in the game. That seems crazy to me. I've heard about delaying movies, but it usually seems like it's not 2 weeks before the movie's supposed to be released. That seems crazy.
It was last second, and all of the merch dropped and sat on shelves with no media to support it, and got clearanced out and went away. Foomp. And then the movie dropped and had no merch to support it, and the movie went away. Foomp. And it killed G.I. Joe.
Well, I don't necessarily know that was the only thing, but
G.I. Joe is good. We need something we need to relaunch G.I. Joe. Let's make a new G.I. Joe film. Forget the two other films. We're gonna make a new G.I. Joe film. And then COVID hit. And then G.I. Joe 3, The Unrise of Cobra, got pushed back a year. And then it came out in theaters.
Wait, there's a new G.I. Joe movie? When did that come out?
Yeah. So, is that a serious question?
I think I remember there was a loosely based movie or something like that, like a Snake Eyes or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Snake Eyes Cyberverse Adventures, Battle for the Allspark. Yeah, that was part 3. So that got pushed back, but then it came out in theaters, right? And it also came out on digital. It was one of those hybrid releases, like my wife's car, a hybrid, right? The only problem is I'm a hardcore G.I. Joe collector, right? I wasn't going to go to the theater to see it because I'm smart, right? But at the same time, I wasn't going to pay $30 to see it on digital either. No. And then it went down to $19.99, and I said, I'm not going to pay $19.99 to see it on digital either. And then it went away. And I think now it's $14.99 on the Amazon, and I'm still not going to pay that to see it. Even though I heard it's the best out of all 3, I just don't care about the movie.
So Nick
I
or
bought
Rick,
G.I.
are
Joes
you
today?
Just out of curiosity? Are you recording like in a tunnel or something like that? Your audio seems a little it seems like your internet seems okay now, but it seems like your audio is a little bit wonky there.
No. I kind of looks like
This is fantastic.
it sounds. You know what? Ever since Nick came on, we've been having audio problems. So maybe Nick's the issue.
It's all my fault.
Well, Nick sounds
broke
great. He like is flexing with this, nice mic he's got here.
It's not even hooked up to anything.
That's just for show.
It's just there for show. It's not even
That's right.
doing anything.
Nope.
Right. So the last member of our cast here to join, we've got Nick. Welcome back.
Hello. How's everybody?
So fantastic. So we're just talking about G.I. Joe, and apparently Rick informed us that not only were there 2 G.I. Joe movies, there's actually 3 G.I. Joe movies. Little did we know.
Yes, you say.
Yeah.
Yes. So, what do we know about movies that get pushed back? It means the studio doesn't have confidence in it, and it's not very good. Look at Black Widow. That movie's garbage. That movie makes Thor 2 look like Thor 3. Like,
I enjoyed Black Widow. I didn't have a problem with Black Widow.
and that's what's wrong with you.
I mean, it wasn't the great. Black Widow wasn't the greatest
Black
movie.
Widow
But...
was the greatest movie ever.
Was it my favorite? No, but like it's not bad. It's just, not the grand stakes you were hoping for in a movie like that. I don't know.
It's no Loki.
Yeah, what is?
That is true.
So, movies that get pushed back aren't very good. Look at Dune. Dune got pushed back.
Well, I mean, I feel like a lot of the COVID time movies, it's hard to...
Listen, I don't want to go off on a tangent, but I don't know if Dune was trying to be as boring as the original, but they came close. Visually, it's great, but that movie put me to sleep faster than Dune.
I have never seen the original. I had high hopes for the new one because everybody's like, "Oh, Dune is great. You should go see the new one when it comes out." It's like I have no connection to this franchise. It doesn't mean anything to me.
It ends halfway through the first movie.
Yeah,
that's where this movie ends.
So yeah,
it's like Pirates to the Caribbean, and it ends when you find out that they're ghosts.
Oh boy.
But yeah, so the G.I. Joe movies, so they pushed that back 2 weeks before, and so then all the merchandise dropped, and there was nothing. So the fact that they delayed this new Transformers movie, like, a year ahead of time or so, something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, realize there's still going to be logistics issues with that, but is it going to be the same case as what happened with G.I. Joe, though, since that was so close?
It's a reverse. Okay, so with G.I. Joe, you had all this merchandise, but you had no movie. Now, when the G.I. Joe movie came out, you had some new merchandise that was able to get out and get going, but a lot of that was merchandise that was going to be like waves 4, 5, 6 that was just pushed back and held. Maybe some of it didn't even go into production until later because it didn't have to. But it was already done. It was already in the books. With Transformers, Transformers takes about 2 years to make. It may be different now. Things may have changed. Maybe it takes 3 years. Maybe it takes a year now. But it takes a while for a Transformer to get made. There's a lot of little parts. There's a lot of testing that goes involved. There's a lot of engineering. And then you have 2 different companies involved. And one of those companies farms out part of it to a third company, right? So there's a lot going on to make a Transformer toy. So Jesus Christ, Nick, you need to stop. So oof, those French fries look so goddamn good. So I just want to lick the salt off your fingers right now.
Just Rick all of a sudden orders DoorDash in the middle of the podcast here.
So, if you got chicken nuggets, I'm a scream. All right. So, okay. So we pushed the movie back. All right. What effect does it have on the production? Well, it means that it's not going to affect the toys that were planned for the film, it's going to affect everything that comes after the toys that were supposed to come out for the film. So what do I mean by that? So the toys that were going to come out for the film get put in the books, just like the last couple of waves of G.I. Joe. Hey, we're going to hold off on production. They're already done. We know what we're making. We're just they're just polishing stuff at this point and putting nuts and bolts, doing packaging, inserts, stuff like that, instructions. We know what we're going to make, but we don't need to make it for another 6 months. And then we're going to make 6 months from now, and then it's going to ship. It's going to be on a boat. So, all right, that's not the big headache for Hasbro. The big headache now is how do they fill the void that was supposed to be the movie toys?
Right.
Right? Now, that can come in a lot of different ways. That can be a lot of repaints, right? But even that takes time for quality control, to ship it, to manufacture, to re-ready the molds, put the molds back into production, retest the molds, repair any molds that need to be repaired, get engineering samples, fine-tune any tooling, fix the tolerance. They don't fix tolerances. They make them worse. This leg's not loose enough.
Oh, God.
Make it worse. He stands up. Don't fix that. So he doesn't. So it affects what was supposed to be in that pocket, right? So is there going to be a big chunk of time missing where there's just stingers, movie stingers or movie dinos sitting on the shelves, right? For that extended period of time, 6 to 8 months, right?
Well, I mean,
so you're saying it's not likely that they'll just extend an extra wave or whatever of Legacy?
But it takes time to do that.
Right.
Yeah, they don't have that. There's no extra Legacy waiting.
But
well, what
there's
if they
no
did
contingency plan? There's no we were going to do these guys, but we ran out of room, so we punted on them or anything like that, right?
It still takes time to ready those molds,
right?
Produce, check things, ship them. There will be. I'm calling it now. There will be a gap. It may not be a 6 to 8 month gap.
Right.
They may be able to shorten it to like a 4 month or a 3 month gap.
Mm-hmm.
But I promise you, there's going to be a gap there. There's going to be a gap where all you see are the shelf warmers.
Sorry, when was the movie originally supposed to come out? Was it next Christmas? Is that right?
I'll find out.
You're the computer guy.
Is this the first one that's been pushed back? Didn't they push back something else at some point? Or was it pushed back far enough ahead that it didn't matter?
No, we were moved up like a day or two. Well, so what I was also getting at is what comes after the movie, right? Because they've already got to be planning what was coming afterwards. So there's the studio series line, if that's what it's going to be, or the movie line, whatever that's going to be called, and then whatever runs concurrent to that. All right. So what runs concurrent to it can still come out, but what happens after that? See, so now they're playing catch up, but at the same time they got room to come up with some other stuff. So in the very immediate future, it's, oh shit, what are we gonna do? In the far off future, it's, well, we got some time to come up with some things. We can pump up the movie toys. We can make a few more.
I can see them like pushing some studio series and just like re-releasing some of the earlier wave stuff, if possible. Yeah. I don't know if the logistics. I mean, that way they don't have to like redo tooling. But I know there's a demand for like the first few Voyagers, Ironhide, and whoever. But the movie, it was originally scheduled for June 24th, and it's been put June 24th, 2022, and it's been pushed to June 9th, 2023.
Okay, so it's pretty much like essentially a year. So like in my mind, I feel like the studio series that they can probably work around that and some of that stuff. My question is what goes on the shelves for like everything else, and I don't know what they were planning as far as with the movies, because like the Bumblebee movie is a little bit odd where they like threw some stuff in studio series, but then all of the movie stuff was like kiddie things, right? And I wonder, were they planning on doing the same thing, or were they planning on doing regular releases and whatnot of movie product and whatnot? But then that's what I just kind of wonder too, is that if they've already contracted with these retailers, Walmart, Target, whoever, of like, you get this much shelf space for the movie and whatnot, then what goes there in the meantime? Like, that's what I kind of wonder too, of like trying to rejigger all that.
Well, like the bountiful bumblebee or booble bamboozled bumblebee or whatever it's called line is nothing but, well, almost nothing but reissues, repacks, repaints, re whatever's. So I can see them doing something along those lines. I mean, there was that planned trilogy line that never really took off, and there's molds there that never saw a release in the States. They could do a movie the best line in the States and still release things that we never saw stateside, to keep people who might be not tired of movie stuff but just like, I already have this, interested, and to draw in new people or whatever, keep the palettes wetted for whatever comes next, the rise of the beasts.
There's always Cyberverse.
I'm always down for more Cyberverse. Like, no joke. Yeah. I love that line.
Yeah, so that's what I kind of wonder just in general, is not necessarily, because I feel like, again, with the studio series, the answer is they'll probably pull out, some older molds. They'll try to do repaints on that stuff. They'll try to spread out the waves, kind of like what we're seeing now with, what is it, the End of Kingdom, where they stretched out into a wave 5. Like wave 4 was supposed to be, what Pipes and, who's the other
one? Slammer.
Yeah, and Slammer. They stretched that into wave 5 and threw Blaster into Kingdom, and so I don't know as far as like some of the logistics of that, but I wonder, some of those where they're trying to rejigger some of that, some of the exclusives that they have with various, like, I wonder, does this mean like Generation Selects, for example? Like, would they potentially not put as many of those out and then throw some of those into the main line?
See, there's a question. Could they just repackage that stuff? If the packaging isn't all printed and ready to go already, could they just change course?
They can even dump the packaging that they have. That's been done before. And reprint new pack. So that's happened before. And that's not...
Rick, I gotta stop you, man. Your audio's it's fading. You sound like you're in a descending submarine.
Can you try? Hey, Rick, would you mind just trying to restart Skype real quick and seeing if maybe that'll fix your audio issue? I'm sorry. So, hopefully we can get this to work here. So,
I can see them stretching waves out. That makes a little bit more sense, and it gives people, especially if they like, this is just wishful thinking at this point, but a lot of figures that have been cited are dropping en masse now. Finally, it looks like some of that shipping stuff is relieving itself. Galvatrons are showing up everywhere. Just that whole Kingdom glut is finally showing up after 6-7 months of just a trickle. You get like one shipment and then nothing, at least locally for me. Now we have Galvatrons and T-Rexes and Ultra Magnuses everywhere. They're just everywhere. All the Bumblebee stuff is all over the place. So I could see them, if they could stretch a wave out and up the production numbers so that it gives people a chance to, actually find the things, give mom and grandma a chance to like, hey, there's the thing that my kid was asking for, to keep it fresh and in people's minds until the movie shows up.
Well, see, I feel like in general that they've already been stretching the lines as it has been with like COVID and the movie it seemed like was later than what they thought originally, like even with the 2022 date. And now it's going to be, a year later than that. So it's like, I feel like they've been doing this for a while, and I could be just completely wrong on that. Maybe they're not, but
Well, they were doing every other year for a number of years, and then they just stopped after Bumble. They were like, "Woo, this was a hit, and it was a critical hit. So let's just stop what we're doing and then go back to more Bay blowing up ancient artifact stuff. That's what we need. We'll give it an extra year as a buffer. Oh, and then we'll give it another extra year as a buffer. Hey guys, we need to think about this."
yeah. Rick, are you? I can't.
He's
hear
playing.
What you're saying. Okay.
So I was saying, how does this affect what runs concurrently with the film, right? And that's for all intents and purposes is whatever this new what's the new line called?
Legacy.
Legacy.
Yeah, Legacy. Whatever that's Legacy Generation 2, whatever that is, that's going to come out.
G2 repaints and everything confirmed. Awesome.
Yeah, I was just looking up dates, anniversaries, and stuff, and was just thinking, could they put out certain reissues? Walmart has been putting out reissues, right? We've had a few on the Pulse, right? There's always animated.
But now we're
Right.
getting into wishful thinking again.
There's always more Beast Wars figures,
Yeah.
right?
Are those
But
actually
again-
selling? We'd need data on that. I mean, I'm sure the show characters would sell, but would they really re-release Manterra or Retracts or?
I don't. Beast Wars are just shelf warming where I live.
Same.
Yeah. Wait,
Yeah,
you
I
guys
think-
don't want to buy that like $23 rat trap?
That doesn't seem very well thought out, right?
I'm, I got one. I don't have another one to open. I want one, but
I think that they may be on a Black Friday sale right now.
No location. Oh God.
Oh no.
This is most of my local Walmarts have no location, so they just flex them in wherever, and then they end up trashed, which means they'll end up in the clearance section.
yeah. And the only one I want are the two that aren't out yet, Tiger and Scorponok, because they're actually different colors.
Why is your sound screeching at me? Oh my God. What is happening?
So it'll be interesting to see what happens with the movie being pushed back. Hopefully, it's not an issue of the movie being bad.
I want to go on record and say I have no confidence in this movie.
I mean, like define bad.
Movie, I'll
Like
give this one a shot. They won me back over, man.
Here's something that I've noticed. I've noticed two things about Transformers films. Every Transformers film negates the film that came before it. All right? But every Transformers movie that I worked on is bad. Transformers and Bumblebee were good. So, if this theory continues,
Bumblebee was good. Transformers was certainly a movie.
Transformers, I thought was pretty good. Like
we didn't know what we were walking into. All we saw. I remember exactly where I was and how my penis kind of went into my body a little bit when I saw the first image of Starscream. Like it was like, ooh, no, water cold, no. So
Like a frightened turtle.
right. like it saw its shadow, right? It just Punxsutawney Rick just went away. So, but then the movie was enjoyable. It had this thing called.
Am I on my Wednesday night show? I'm a little confused.
It had a plot, right? It had a beginning, a middle, and an end. And that was exciting to me, right? I couldn't tell what was happening on the screen, but it was.
Well, there we go. So Rick is completely frozen at this point. So I don't know. So what we're saying is, oh, you came back. You were frozen there for a minute.
So it's not just me. It's the show.
Oh my god. Do you want to try on your phone and see if that would work better?
Oh no. Oh.
Oh man. Okay, so what we're saying is that we have confidence in the new movie because the one thing that it doesn't have is Rick working on it.
Oh, that's just.
That's
I know
what he
said
said.
it. That's so sad.
That's what he said, though.
I know, but it's still not a fun thought. I enjoyed the second one. Aside from the twins, I liked that they were doing stuff from the early run of the Marvel comic. I like the second one. I like the third one ish.
I like the first 2/3 of the third one.
There you go.
And then
time to find out and spine rippings and
then 2/3 of Chicago, a third of Chicago. I forget what the math was. Some fraction of Chicago had to die just to prove the point. Decepticons are evil.
Are they?
That's your leader.
I mean, they're called the Decepticons, right? So,
huh?
They don't call those creeps Decepticons for nothing.
We're going to hide until the Decepticons kill everyone, and then we'll come out of hide.
I don't know. To me, I felt like the first
save the day.
The first however many movies was just the fact of like they had to up the stakes every single movie. And so that was really like to me I felt like the tone of all the movies until Bumblebee was very similar. It's just that they just had to continually up the stakes. So I'm
they just remake the same movie over and over again? Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. So yes. So I'm curious to see what with this new one, whether or not can they take what they learned on Bumblebee but then make it into a bigger blockbuster, I don't know, probably not. What are you unpackaging there, Nick? Oh, there you go.
My 10th. This is my 10th Sharktacon. That's where we are.
Is that what number you're stopping at, or are you?
10 is it for me. Yeah.
Okay.
I got my 10 big guys. I got my 10 little guys. I got my 3 Japanese ones. I got my 10 Alicons. I'm good.
If you're looking for another one, I think Anna, she accidentally ordered a second one, and she's like, "Oh, 2 Sharktacons is too much for me," and we're.
You need at least 3.
That right? Yeah. Although, to be fair, it's kind of the same way with the sweeps. Like, I was trying to debate how many sweeps I should order, right? Because I think I only got one of the new ones that are coming out. But I already have all the prior molds and whatnot. So I'm like, well, do I need... I don't know. And then I know Rick obviously has 1,000. So...
Yeah.
There he is.
Hey! Your audio is muted.
Yeah.
I can see the little...
I said 1,000 what? And then I said STDs? Question mark?
You might flip your phone the other way. There you go. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at that. Perfect.
Woo.
You look good and you sound good.
There you go.
How do you feel?
Okay.
So much better.
All right.
So much better. All right.
I'm here.
Yay.
10% battery.
Oh.
Oh. You got a battery pack or something you can...
No.
Make all your points we'll just have you do a 15-minute monologue and then just peace out.
All right, let me get 30 seconds on the clock.
Monologuing, you sly dog.
How much of my theories did you hear?
I don't think we've heard any of your theories.
You didn't hear any of my theories?
There were some,
Okay.
but it sounded like you were in a descending.
Okay, so I've noticed I have two observations about the films.
Okay.
First observation is that every film negates the film that came before it. We're gonna kill Megatron by putting the Allspark in his chest. Part 2, we're gonna bring Megatron to life by putting the Allspark in his chest. All right. So every film has to negate the film that came before it. And here's the second theory. Every Transformers movie that I've worked on is bad. So there's Transformers and Bumblebee, and I didn't work on those. So those were good. Therefore, Rise of the Beast, Cyberverse Adventures, Allspark, Almanac, Defenders of Dinotron should be good.
Did you work on the Last Night?
Yes. Here's the thing, though. I have another theory, and it applies to this situation. Every film that has the title Rise of sucks balls. Rise of Cobra. Just any movie that has the Rise of just sucks balls. Multiple balls from various individuals.
Balls.
Who knows who these balls belong to at this point? But anything with the word Rise of...
difference, guys. The balls are inert.
The goggles do nothing.
I mean, to be fair, most sequels usually are not as good as the original. So if you're on like sequel number 5 or whatever, you're probably, just inherently is not going to be as good.
Okay, I mean that applies certainly to the Terminator franchise, right? All right, certainly to the Alien franchise. Although some would say Aliens is a superior film to Alien.
Depends
Or some would
like
say
action or
T2
horror.
is a superior film to Terminator. So,
well, yeah, but then when you get to number 5, Terminator 5, Rise of the Terminators or whatever.
Rise of the Reboots.
Rise of the Machines.
Of the multiverse time.
Right? Wasn't that one of them? Terminator, Rise of the Machines. Wasn't that
so.
like
That was
the Christian Bale one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why? So yeah, anything with the word Rise of, and conversely, any film that had 2000 in its title was also bad. So Godzilla 2000, Blues Brothers 2000, which oddly enough came out in 2002.
No, it came out in 1998.
Blues Brothers 2000?
Mm-hmm. 1998.
I knew it was 2 years apart.
Yeah,
from
it was
2000,
2 years
so.
ahead of time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that anything with 2000 in it, I'm surprised there's not an X-Men 2000. Right?
There should be.
There will be.
Transformers 7, Rise of 2000.
There we go.
Transformers 8, Quest for the Allspark. That'll be... And it has to negate the previous film.
The other thing that's interesting with all this too is Paramount is scaling back on their blockbusters. They had made that announcement and they're trying to focus more on streaming content as well. So how many blockbusters are we even going to see going forward?
Right.
See, yeah, blockbusters
It sure would be a good time for the Transformers movies to change hands again.
Sure would be.
Please, for the love of God.
Well, because of contracts, Paramount's never going to give up that contract, right? It's like Sony. Sony's never going to give up
What if
Spider-Man.
they just said they don't want to do any more blockbusters? Like, it's a waste of money.
Doesn't mean they can't make films to stream. They can't make animated films to stream.
Okay, well, I'd be on board
right?
with that, I guess.
Or at some
I love
point,
that.
Star Trek Discovery of the Allspark. Because Paramount only makes Star Trek now, right?
They only make bad Star Trek now.
Oh, you shut your mouth. Although I have not seen season 4 of Discovery yet, but
I refuse to buy another streaming service. I haven't seen any of this stuff. I'd love to watch it all. I'm not paying for it.
the new Star Treks have been phenomenal.
Yeah.
Come on
I've
now.
heard good things.
Star Trek Prodigy, love it. Love it.
Right.
Alex Kurtzman hurts my heart. He
Mini Tom
ruined.
Cruise? Oh no, that's the other guy. Roberto. Roberto's the mini Tom Cruise.
Oh, God.
Ortsy.
Yeah.
They were very nice at that one BotCon I met them at. I don't remember.
They can be really nice and still not have, product that is nice.
So, Nick said something interesting. Maybe time for it to change hands, right? When Transformers first got announced, there were 2 people I thought should direct Transformers. First one was Michael Bay. The second person was Robert Zemeckis. Now, imagine what Robert Zemeckis could do with a Transformers movie. I mean, I'm not saying there's going to be a transforming DeLorean in it, but there's probably going to be a transforming DeLorean in it.
Does he still make movies?
Are you telling me you made a Transformer out of a DeLorean?
We have to hit 88 miles per hour to activate the Allspark.
You're going to see some serious shit.
That'd be a cool crossover.
Can you see Christopher Lloyd playing Ultra Magnus? Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Regardless of
not
the content
Lydians
of the plot,
They're from
there would at least be
Carbambia.
to it.
Sorry, what were you saying? At least they're what?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I was saying, regardless of the content of the plot and any Back to the Future references or whatever, there would at least be heart to it. There would be fun to it.
Yeah.
It would be a story that viewers would probably find engaging and have a through line that made sense.
Also, I mean, we went right to Back to the Future, but Robert Zemeckis also directed Who Framed Roger Rabbit, which, pioneered the whole mixing animation with live action. And think about with, modern CG, what somebody like that could do. Putting that out there.
Michael Bay has made more money from these movies than God. So I don't think that he's going to give it up to anybody else. Again, Paramount, same way. I mean, this is the trouble with all of this is that Paramount does not have a lot of blockbuster material that they can even go off of at this point. So it's like you might as well.
What do they have? They have Transformers and Mission Impossible.
And Star
Right?
Trek,
Good.
that's it.
And Star Trek.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Disney
there is
owns
no
every
Star
other
Trek film
property.
currently. They have 12 Star Trek TV shows, but there's no Star Trek film in development.
Right.
So, Paramount won't be giving that up. Sony's not giving it up. I mean, if Robert Zemeckis did direct it, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to Tom Hanks playing Optimus.
There you go.
Might not be the best Optimus, but
You are a toy!
I mean, to me, I feel like, again, giving the franchise to, upcoming directors and whatnot isn't necessarily a horrible idea. I don't know who this new director that they have for the movie, like, do we know a lot about him?
Rise of
I-
the Beasts.
I would Google it, but I can't use my phone right
I'm on it. It's coming up now.
now.
Stephen
Did he
Caple
direct any
Jr.?
music videos or car commercials?
I'm looking. Nice.
I think he
Known
did some other sort of
for
stuff.
The Land, Creed 2, A Different Tree.
I think Creed 2.
He
that was
directed
probably
Creed
the other
2?
one.
Yeah.
That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad.
He also directed 2 episodes of Grownish, the music video for Machine Gun Kelly's Dope Man.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Well, There's the Megan Fox reference right there, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
that's the Megan Fox connection.
Synergy. That's what companies call
is
that.
this guy one of Michael
Showtime,
Bay's
soon.
like proteges or some shit? Because I think I would just need to go shoot myself in the head right now.
So yeah,
Don't
I
do
don't
that.
know. I mean, I think Travis Scott did a fantastic job with Bumblebee, overall. So
Yeah, don't know why they didn't give him the next one.
well,
But where is he
doesn't
now?
make a lot of he doesn't make a lot of sequels and whatnot, right? I think he only makes like one-off movies. Or did I say was it Travis
If
Knight?
your money's
Sorry.
good, your money's good.
Yeah,
They just needed to write
True.
him a bigger fucking check.
that is true.
Wow, he only directed 4 things, and only 2 of them have been released so far. Bumblebee was only his second movie. Then the thing before that was Kubo and the Two Strings.
Yeah,
which was a good movie.
Here's an unpopular opinion.
Yeah,
Bumblebee is a slight remake of E.T.
yeah,
Fantastic.
I think they even say
course it
that
is.
in the movie.
yeah.
Did they? Did they actually say that?
I think there was a reference to it. Yeah.
Transformers: The Quest for Gobatron. So we can have someone shit all over that episode too.
But yeah, so the delay in this movie though was, I mean, like, going back to the Rick, the one that you brought up with G.I. Joe, that was because it was like slated against another movie. Was this one because of that, or just because they have not made the movie in time? Like, it's not possible for them to hit that date.
They shuffled a whole bunch of things. Paramount, like with the release or with the press release about the delay for Transformers, they're like, we're reshuffling this, reshuffling this. Oh, and Transformers, and reshuffling this and reshuffling that. Their whole lineup got spread out for the next like 4 years.
Right, and you know what? That's happened to Disney. That's happening to a lot of people. So I don't think it's fair for us to say right now, was it a production issue or was it a story issue that pushed the movie back? Right. So I think the only way to judge that is when we actually see the film.
Right. But I mean, I'll just say that based on where it's in production right now, I don't think that there's any way that they were going to be able to make that date. They were going to have to push it back no matter what. The question was, did they want to push it back to the next summer, or do they want to do it in the holiday season? So,
well, which one is it, Nick? What do you think?
Well,
Whoa.
why did
Still
they
thinking
push it
about your
back?
McDonald's.
No.
Um,
I imagine it probably has to do with all of the effects and whatever backlog they're experiencing right now.
I actually, so I still have people I talk to. So
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't. I don't want to get anyone in trouble for telling me anything, but I had heard that one of the gorillas got loose on the set, and unfortunately, there several children were eaten.
Oh my God! People injured on the set of a Transformers movie? That never happens.
Right. Yes. Yeah. So, somebody. Now, this is what someone in PR, when I was at Hasbro, would have said. Yeah, somebody sprayed the hive, and all the bumblebees died. I remember somebody called me one day, and they're like, "Hey, I'm so and so. I'm from marketing on the other side. I work on the video games. Can you tell me who Optimus and who Prime are, and are they related?" And I remember I thought they were joking, and then I realized as we continued to talk that they were not joking. She was not joking, and I told Aaron that, and he said that person should be fired. And eventually she was, but not because of that.
Oh my God! Why is that a thing?
now to be fair, I know I don't necessarily know that just because you don't have a deep knowledge of the franchise should you be fired, but Optimus Prime, that might be like
It's not a deep knowledge thing. That's like
right. That might be the one thing where you're like,
Familiarity with the
okay,
properties you like work with.
if you
When you
if
work on the
Google
brand,
it-
you should know that.
right, you should know who
Right.
Optimus Prime is. That's probably the
So
first
there was
thing.
another
Somebody didn't know
person.
the ins and outs of Waspinator. Okay, fine.
right.
But
So-
Optimus fucking Prime.
Yeah.
We had another one, and this lady was actually really nice, and it was just funny how it happened. She was at the Comic-Con booth, and she asked one of the designers. This was a Star Wars lady. She said, "Hey, what if somebody asked me a Star Wars question? I don't know much about Star Wars. What should I do? Have you seen the movies? No. You should probably go see the movies." That's when there were just 6 movies.
Yeah,
You should probably start seeing the movie since you work on the brand.
right.
Oh wait, she was on Star Wars.
She was on Star Wars, yeah.
Oof. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that'd be one of those things where, I would immediately go and try and do some research there. If I worked on that brand.
You'd think that the people who write the movies, it doesn't matter. No, I was about to say the people who write the movies should go see the other movies, but it doesn't matter because the person who wrote the sequel wrote the first one, and it completely negates each other. So it just doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Nothing matters. This will be a
Wait.
movie
Matters.
where things take place and they make toys around the visuals, and the story doesn't matter. It's the visuals, so that a company can in this capitalist society take plastic and metal and mold them into consumer goods and package them in dead trees and put them on a ship and send them across an ocean to people who've got way too much money compared to the people who actually made the products.
So
Hang on, I need to get off my soapbox.
the
Anyway,
the question I always had about this, if the plot doesn't matter and all that, right? Why do they make the movies 2.5 hours long? Like, why not just make a 90-minute movie if it doesn't?
Get in, get out, make it quick and dirty. Just move on.
If it's not going to make sense, then yeah.
you know what? I would have watched a whole Marvel movie of just that Endgame battle scene. Right? I would have seen a whole movie of the Matrix 3 where those Insecticons bust into the gate at the end of Matrix 3. Right? Where they just fight the Exo Squad guys.
Knuckle up.
Right. I would just watch a whole movie for that. Maybe what studios should do should just make, hey, here's a 45-minute film. It's just the battle sequence. All right? It's just the Autobots rolling into a city. They transform. Decepticons show up, and they're just busting through buildings. They're blowing each other up.
This literally sounds like my worst nightmare.
Right. It doesn't. There's no story. They just show up, they fight, and that's it. That's it. And then there's a winner and a loser. And some of them die.
It can still be culture. There can still be culture in this.
And then as the denouement, they combine into Volcanicus. None of them are Dinobots, but it doesn't matter. They all combine into Volcanicus anyway. Optimus Prime's the leg. You'd think he'd be the torso, but he's like the left leg. All right. Bumblebee's an arm, which makes no sense because now scaling is off. Right?
Oh, yeah,
Jolt's
because
back.
scale is always the thing where...
Jolt's back, and he's voiced by Christopher Walken.
Wow.
But he only has two.
Wonderful.
Yeah, he's like,
It's great.
Wow.
It's Bumblebee as the arm, but like the upper, the bicep and
Transform
stuff is a
and
Camaro.
Roll out.
At the bottom is a Volkswagen.
I do
Right.
appreciate. I'm sure the listeners really appreciate all of our Christopher Walken impressions.
Doesn't everyone?
So this is
There's a Dodge Charger, but for some reason he sounds like Sean Connery. Right? It just doesn't. Nothing matters. Nothing matters. Although Connery would have made a great Megatron.
I wouldn't mind to have
Imagine
Sean
the
Connery in
universe
some
where
of
like
these.
they actually gave a shit about the story on these movies, and the first Transformers film was well written. In addition to being the visual spectacle, could you imagine how well they might have done then?
Well, I liked the first Transformers movie, and I liked Bumblebee a lot, and I thought Bumblebee,
fun.
you know what? It had it. Come on, man! You cannot tell me that opening scene of Bumblebee. You know what? If you had made that opening scene a 45-minute long scene, that's the movie right there. I would pay just to see that.
Yes.
Right? And Paramount, they want to keep the rights to the Transformers. Just give me a 45-minute movie where it's just that. And you had a ton of cameos in it. You have a ton of toys being made from it, right? Just give me that. And at the end, I want to see them all combine into Volcanicus. And for some reason, like Soundwave is the other arm. It doesn't matter.
Sure. Okay.
God in heaven.
Yeah. There we go. So is this kind of like how the storyboarding went? On the movie, like back in the day, where you're just like Volcanicus, sure, like let's just have some random robots combine. Is that kind of go from there?
I always wondered about that. They had we have the writer's room, and we've brought in 15 people to expand the Transformers universe, and everyone has their ideas, and everyone brought in 3 ideas, and then you find out in the last night they crammed all those ideas into the one movie,
and none of it mattered.
Yeah,
they plotted out 7 movies, and none of them came to fruition. I even asked one of the VPs if I can get in on that. So this was after I was gone, but I emailed. I'm like, Sam, can I somehow be a part of this? Can I somehow just be like the guy in the back who like says, well, actually, so
Special consultant, special projects consultant.
Yeah, just just
like Ben.
Just to put in the instead of calling it Transformium, just call it Cybertronium, right? Or Thundarium. What? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just call it Thundarium. It doesn't matter.
God.
It's all good stuff. So I'm sad that we won't get to see this until 2023. And we can just spend another, year and a half speculating on what they're going to do.
There's going to be beasts and they're going to rise. There you go. There's your movie. You're done.
But
You're
this
welcome.
is why we got those Beast Wars reissues.
Saved you a ticket.
At Walmart, right? Because they were trying to prep the audience for who these characters are, right? This is why
Not
we
that
had
it matters because they're not going to look anything like the other versions anyway. They never do.
But we need to bear in mind that
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
None of this matters.
We need to bear in mind that we're going to start seeing factory samples leaking to Prime V Prime or whoever those reviewers are in the next 4 or 5 months, and then we'll have 15 months to ruminate on. Oh, this is what we're getting, and then Hasbro gets to see that feedback, and it's like a feedback loop on Facebook. Like, oh, they don't like this, but oh, it's too late to fix it. Oh, we better release it anyway, but oh, they don't like this.
I remember people would ask me all the time, do they read? We know people read the boards. Nobody fucking reads the boards. Nobody fucking
boards
reads
are too
the boards.
fucking dense. Nobody reads the boards.
Nobody reads the boards. Everyone's like, Erector won. You rigged it. Erector didn't win. Erector didn't even come close to being 4th. They're like, we counted. It was 19,000 votes on the boards. Like, the winner got 125,000. Like, what do you... Get the hell out of here. Be lucky you got Erector in there. It doesn't matter. People will... all they're going to see is they're going to see the analytics from Facebook and Twitter saying this many people talked about Transformers this week. This many people talked about Transformers last week. And thanks to the Illuminati, this many people will talk about Transformers next week. It kills me that they got Anthony Hopkins involved in all this. It just please leave the man alone.
Surely he had a grandkid or something that he just wanted to do this movie for, right?
I don't know.
He lost a bet.
or it was like the paycheck, it's kind of like Orson Welles in the original animated movie, right?
He had to buy another island.
Right.
His first one sank, so he had to buy another island.
Oh no.
Michael Bay has an island.
I think Michael Caine, when he appeared in Jaws 4, they asked him, "Why were you in Jaws 4, Jaws the Revenge?" And he's like, "I had to buy a boat." And like that was like his flat answer. I had to buy a boat. So I can believe that Sir Anthony Hopkins was like, I don't know, I had a big phone bill that month.
I had to buy another castle. I mean, that's why Nick Cage is still. Nick Cage is waiting for that call from Marvel. Is the multiverse? It's real. I'm gonna come back as Ghost Rider. Yeah. He's waiting there next to Wesley Snipes. They're both looking at the phone, waiting for Marvel to call.
He's still putting together that Silver Age Marvel collection. That's all.
Right. I gotta buy another dinosaur. Government took mine.
And his pyramid.
Copy
and
Action
else.
Comics #1.
That's high praise.
So
Yeah, how come Nick Cage hasn't shown up in one of these yet?
Stop
How
it!
come
Don't you
Samuel
do it!
Jackson hasn't shown up in one of these yet?
that'd be fantastic casting. Get rid of Marky Mark, Nick Cage.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
Oh, he could team
Who's
up with
gonna play
Optimus
Cliff
Prime, and they
Jumper?
could both be like, "I want to take his face off."
Right.
Face.
Who's gonna play Cliff Jumper? Right, Samuel L. Jackson.
You could tell because it's the Transformer that says "bad motherfucker" on it.
That's right. Right. And then Cybershark comes and grabs him halfway through a speech.
The shark ate me.
Right. And then he lands on Starscream and he's on a plane.
All of these things are going to be in the next movie. Every one of them.
Right.
We're
This
laughing
is the
now.
writer's room right here.
We're laughing now,
So-
but someone's like,
like this is gold,
No,
Jerry.
G.I. Joe Transformers crossover, and he'll want those motherfucking snakes off this motherfucking plane.
that's right. That's right. And then he's going to recruit Optimus into the Avengers Initiative.
That's right. There it is.
That's right. You know why I went to see Frozen? Somebody got me good. They said there's a post-credit scene in Frozen, and you have to go see it because Frozone shows up and he recruits Olaf into the Incredibles initiative. So I go to see Frozen,
10 out of 10.
expecting
10
to
out of
see
10.
Samuel L. Jackson as Frozone recruiting Olaf into the Incredibles initiative. And how mad was that? My daughter loved the movie, but I was pissed. I mean, I was swearing a lot. Like, some of those parents were really mad at me.
I thought there was going to be a post-credit scene in Transformers 2. Because there's a chapter at the end of the novelization where they go back and wake up wherever the Fallen is living, and they've got all the younglings are dying without Energon. Remember that scene?
Yeah, well, the books are written specifically with different endings because they come out before the films.
Right. And it was so frustrating because, like, for me, like, I read the book and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go to the movie, and then like the book ends with they go back to wherever that is, where the younglings are in their little pods, and Megatron's like, let's wake everyone up and go back to Earth, total war, yay! And that's how it ends.
That was supposed to be, I think that was Venus or Mars.
Yeah, it was somewhere. Yeah,
yeah,
I think it was,
and that was the Nemesis he was in.
Yeah,
but nobody told the audience.
and it's explicitly called out in the book. It's in the book, and then I got to the movie and it's like, oh, twins are really getting a lot of screen time. Cool.
Jar Jar
Still
and
waiting
Binks.
for the studio series version of those guys.
It
It may be coming now that the movie got postponed.
There you
Oh,
go.
good point. And we can get the Reed Echoes too, the ones that were in the background in Dark of the Moon.
Stop that.
Right.
We can get them in a
man.
gift set that's incredibly hard to find on Pulse.
I hope they put out another Jolt for Studio Series.
At least 3, because he has 2 different designs while he's running around. You gotta, hook him up.
Right.
As long as it can be packaged well, right?
Okay, like seriously though, what about Studio Series repaints into toy line characters? Like a side swipe into that. Who was the other Quick Strike or whatever the fuck it was?
Yeah. Quick Strike from Dark of the Moon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dark of
They
the
called
Moon,
it something else, Dark Steel or something. I don't remember whatever.
Dark
it was,
Steel.
Dark Steel.
But he had Quick Strike's
Right.
head.
Right.
But is it really a Studio Series at that point?
Where is my Studio Series
Wait,
due from
Call
Ride?
it Studio Series Expanded Universe.
you
Yeah,
just throw
where's the new
something else
eBay?
on it.
Did we
Yeah.
get
What
Studio
if?
Series
Studio
Fallen
Series
yet?
What If?
He's coming. Fallen's coming. Fallen's in 2 more waves.
Okay. Yeah. What If? Studio Series What If? That's right.
Then we can
It's
get
reverse
Starscream and
shattered
Megatron with their
glass.
original heads.
So
The pre-production heads.
right. Oh man, I remember I went to like a special screening of they showed like 30-40 minutes of Transformers in New York, and this was like before all the effects were done, and Optimus Prime's mouth opened, like your lips move like this, his lips were moving like this.
Like Buster from Master Force. His mouth
Right,
played
yeah.
sideways.
Yeah, it was like that. It just looked weird. I'm like, that doesn't look right.
Something's wrong with this movie. And that's when you knew. That's when you knew that you were going to have to work on the last night and save the franchise.
That's right. Here comes Unicron, played by Gemma Chang.
Luckily, that.
And then we're all
probably
gonna have
worked out.
a big battle inside Unicron's urethra.
That's right. They're going to get TP. You're going to get TP for his bunghole.
Planet of the Earth.
Right. Right. Transformers beneath the planet of the Earth.
God.
Right. Here comes Dark Energon.
So I guess is there any other things topics and whatnot, the points that we want to bring up, Rick, before we wrap up the show here?
Let's give it a chance. I know that sounds cynical, but
After you shit on the movie for an hour.
yeah, let's give it a chance because I didn't work on it. So, maybe it's good.
Spoiler alert. It would not be good.
But again, it's got the word rise of in it, so
Yeah.
You know what's going to happen? Is they're going to retitle it now.
right.
Attack of the Beasts.
Attack of the Beast.
Revenge of
right.
the Beasts.
Right. Revenge of the Beast.
But yeah, no, I am curious though what, like Toy Fair will be coming up here in a couple months, right? Is it
Yes,
February?
with Hasbro's first ever
Here's another thought. Here's a final thought.
presence
Look
at the
for a
Japanese.
special movie. What is this? Movie 7?
Is
Look
that where
for a special
movie count?
movie 7 preview wave.
I can see that.
There you go.
That's the thing. That's it. You
4
found the
figures. 4 figures and a Voyager.
4 figures and 3 of them are a Bumblebee.
Right. Right. Right.
There you go.
But one of them has a blaster as a hand.
And one of them has a cheetah painted across his chest.
Yep, that's right. 2 Bumblebees.
And the other one has an 8 for some reason on it.
Why not? Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
doesn't matter. None of this matters.
But back to what Lucas and Nick were saying about Toy Fair and the Javits Center.
Mm-hmm. This is Hasbro's first time exhibiting at the Javits Center, not in their own space off-site. So
Interesting.
big fucking deal that is.
Big
So-
presence. Yeah, this is going to be a big push. Hopefully they display a lot and share a lot. They've been really open with fans and talking with people the last few years, and hopefully that continues. I mean, all these Transformer Tuesday, Transformer Thursday, Transformer yesterday afternoons or whatever they're doing. They're trying.
And first Friday. God, come on.
Yeah.
So do you think
there.
that they actually booked that like ahead of time, thinking that there would be a movie in the summer, and that's the reason why they did that?
I think
now
the
they just
reason
show
they
off
did
a
that
bunch
was
of
they
these
wanted to not
issues.
spend on their own showroom anymore. I imagine that was much more expensive than the Javits exhibition space. And I imagine they went with the Javits space, first of all, because space has opened up now that the center's expanded. Space has opened up now that there are less people exhibiting because, we're still post-COVID. And they get to be top dog on the show floor like that. Whereas Mattel previously held that position until they stopped exhibiting there. So all of that, I think, is a factor in why Hasbro has space at the Javits now.
So
I wonder
Mattel and
if they're
Hasbro
still,
weren't
hire
at
off-Broadway
Toy Fair,
actors.
what the hell was at Toy Fair?
What?
If Mattel and Hasbro weren't at Toy Fair, what the hell was at Toy Fair?
A lot of Chinese companies, and I mean, Toy Fair's huge, man. Toy Fair is.
Someone's got to show off those Bratz dolls, You
can get the little squishy balls, the little stress balls, right?
Yeah, it's more than just action figures. It is just like toys.
Yes,
just
right.
anything
So like
fun. Yep.
Yeah.
You want to buy stuff for your dollar store? Go to Toy Fair. Go to Toy Fair. You want to buy crappy toys for your St. Mark's comic shop?
Hey, whoa, hey,
Come on.
Oh, we
Toy Fair.
We buy
Nothing
good
matters.
toys for my
No
comics.
location. Transformers. No location. That's the name of that's part 8. No location.
Title revealed. You heard it here.
We didn't film it. It comes out in 2 weeks. We didn't film anything.
Sounds
The
about
toys
right.
have already come out and sold out, and you missed them.
Right. It's just a bunch of repackaged Galactic Mans just on the shelf. And they come in Beast Wars. It's like a Cheetor Beast Wars card back with a Galactic Man shoved inside the bubble.
Walmart will take anything back. That's the movie.
Walmart, where nothing matters. Nothing matters.
Good God.
Book club this week is going to be Till All Are One, issues 3 and 4. So that's going to be Sunday night at 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central. So check that out. We're not going to have a microcasters this week.
Imagine if Walmart sold dogs. This dog stopped moving. This dog doesn't work.
Oh no!
You ever see? No.
I think that's why they stopped selling like hamsters and fish.
Oh
'cause
God!
People just returning. I don't know what happened.
Where's the rest of it?
No!
Oh.
Oh!
Oh.
Oh God!
That's just not good.
Why would you do that?
So there's not going to be microcasters this week because it falls on Thanksgiving, and so we're taking the week off for that. So
Cut the tape
apologies.
this week.
Is there going to be a cut the tape, Rick?
There's a cut the tape this week.
There we go.
My wife yelled at me. I got to get stuff out. There's a cut the tape this week.
There you go. All right. Well,
I
that'll
found
be
a special
exciting.
unlicensed third-party Transformers item at the mall. It's a woo. What's it gonna be?
Well, that should be exciting. So we look forward to that. So there we are. But I thank you guys for being on the show tonight, and thank you to everyone in the chat. Thanks to Catherine, Daniel, Zaldron. Thanks to Ron. Thanks to Antoine earlier. Thanks to Phil. Thanks to Duran.
I recognize those names. Catherine, Zoltron, Duran,
Yeah. Yep, that Duran
Steve.
guy. So, anyway. Oh, and then Daniel as well. So, but, so thank you guys, and we will see you next week.